Okay, here's what we heard on First Contact Day after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and we have heard a number of things on First Contact Day that are useful to us. We have not had a lot of information coming out on Star Trek recently. We have found out, first of all, that probably the first show that will be back will be Lower Decks. It will come out on August 12th, and we see the further adventures of Mariner and Boimler and the others. Of course, Mariner and Rutherford and Tendi are still going to be on the Cerritos, but Boimler has been promoted to helmsman aboard the Titan, which is Riker's ship. And from the preview video that we've seen, kind of a sneak, a teaser, if you will, he was shown as once again riffing in jazz, and Boimler not having any idea what he's talking about. So that sounds like we may not see Boimler on the Titan for very long. So that's the first thing that comes out. And I have to read between the lines to figure out what happens next. My best guess is that we will have once again, end-to-end series. We will have Lower Decks, then we'll probably have Discovery, which says that it's coming out in 2021, which I would suspect would come out probably in late September, early October. We saw them in the end of the season with the new Starfleet uniforms, very similar to what the Admiral was wearing. And they're kind of a gray with a stripe with the division colors, and that's pretty much it. Well, they've reversed that now, and now the color is over the majority of it with a black stripe where the division stripe was. So Michael now has a red uniform, and then Tilly and the engineering crew have blue uniforms because they're science-y, and much of the bridge crew has the gold uniforms for being other services. So this is going to be the uniform designed for Discovery. Now, we suspect that because of this sudden uniform change, that there's going to be a lot of time that went on between the time that Michael was made captain and their current mission. They were supposed to be spreading the word that, the dilithium is back and the Federation is getting the band back together, that kind of thing. And the arc of the story this time apparently is going to be a anomaly that is affecting gravitational things aboard ships. It'll wreak havoc on the fleet and among other spacefaring civilizations. So that's what we're going to find in Discovery. They're also going to be more episodic, as they've said before, in their shows. But it's going to be very colorful. I think that's going to be a welcome addition to what they're doing. The blue I always found kind of depressing, and the gray wasn't much of an improvement, but the bright colors very much like in the original series where you have the bright colors, except they're going kind of TNG Command Engineering and Sciences. Still white for medical, which is kind of unique to the later stages of Star Trek. I'm also happy to see that Grudge the cat is back. She was featured in the teaser video as well. We will link to these down in the comments, by the way. Okay, following that, I suspect is going to be Strange New Worlds. And what we have found out about Strange New Worlds is that they are going to have a non-binary character. Now, it turns out that even in Discovery, last season, they had a non-binary character, but it wasn't their intention to do so. It turns out that the actor playing the part was non-binary, and so they kind of ease that into the plot, but there'll be specifically a non-binary person in Strange New Worlds, so that should be interesting. Now, Picard had the biggest reveal in that John Delancey is going to be resuming his role as Q, and in the teaser trailer for that, they show some things that give us a number of clues as to where this is going to go. And in the presentation that Patrick Stewart made on First Contact Day, there was also a interesting choice of words in rather than in what places we'll visit, but what times we will have. And we think that it is going to be a big time travel season for Picard. And of course, Q, who is very fluent in time travel, is probably going to be the guide as well as the source of irritation for Picard. So we've seen Q, or at least his voice, in Lower Decks last season, but this is his first live in-person performances in New Trek. So we look forward to seeing John Delancey there. He's a brilliant actor, and he and Patrick Stewart play off each other very well. So we expect that they in the teaser trailer, they kind of hung on to the Stargazer. So I have a feeling that there is going to be some jumping back and forth because all the regular cast is going to be back, including Jerry Ryan and Brent Spiner. Brent Spiner apparently playing Dr. Sung, and Jerry Ryan, of course, 7 of 9, continuing on with their present-day crew. But it's possible that there's going to be some jumping around in time or some flashbacks or who knows what that Q is going to cook up. We don't know if he's going to be there the whole season, but he's certainly going to be a presence through the whole thing. So it should be something interesting to follow once it comes along. So this is my guess that we'll see Lower Decks first, because that's the only thing they gave us a real hard start date on, which was August 12th. Then sometime after that, probably Discovery, then Strange New Worlds, then Picard. And somewhere in there, we're going to have Prodigy. And we found also that an answer to a question of how they're going to work Janeway in. And they have revealed that Janeway is going to be the holographic training program on the ship. And the teenagers, who are of different alien races, that none of them human, that are going to find this ship and take it over, find in the training program not only how to operate the ship, but the ideals of Starfleet. And as they go along, they learn what Starfleet is about, and it changes them from looking for something to do to finding a higher purpose. So not a bad thing to put in the minds of young people these days, don't you think? Anyway, that's what we have found out, and we found out a pretty good bit. I'd like to know what you think about it. If you've picked up any other details that we've missed, why not go to the comments and let us know about it. And in the meantime, subscribe while you're at it, so we'll know when we can add you to our list of friends that watch these videos. And if you ring the bell, you'll know when the next one comes your way. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, don't go far.